وللحديث أكثر حول عالم ألعاب الفيديو ينضم إلينا جون ريتشاردسون وهو مؤسس مشارك في Discovered وLevel Up. Hello John, welcome to Game Changers. How are you?
I'm good, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. First of all, let me ask you, what's the state of the gaming job market in the region right now?
I think it's in quite an interesting space right now because you've got the ecosystems all really bringing themselves about. You've got the DMCC, Abu Dhabi Gaming. I think with the involvement of those and what they're promoting at the moment, we're actually seeing an increase in the amount of studios that are popping up and therefore creating sort of a bit more buzz within the sort of recruitment market.
John, let's talk about the governments in the region. A lot of them have very big gaming ambition. They have big ambition in terms of investment and job creation, all these kinds of things. What should they be doing to sort of bridge this gap in terms of talent in the region? How do they fill all the jobs that they're looking to fill from a talent perspective?
I think it's really difficult. I think what they're trying to do with creating the ecosystem is great. The investment that's being put in and what they're looking to do and the amount of jobs they're looking to create is very ambitious. And the way I see that happening is through the education that they are investing in. But there is going to be a point where a lot of talent needs to be brought in from overseas in more established markets to help boost that ecosystem and ultimately cause a sort of a knock-on effect with the talent that's coming in and then being able to add value and experience to what's already there at the moment.
Now, you work with a lot of companies, gaming companies, to help them recruit talent. I'm curious, what are the skills that are most in demand from gaming companies? What are they looking for specifically?
I think what we see here mainly is Unity experience. I think the region is very mobile focused from a gaming perspective. I think mobile penetration rates within this region are so large, gaming's always going to be at the forefront from a mobile perspective. That, I think design and art is definitely going to be the sort of the main pillars at the moment as the market grows.
John, how can someone who's interested in the gaming industry break into it? Like an advice from you for all the gamers?
It's a tough one, trying to get that break in. I think education's such a huge piece. You've got online courses like Coursera, etc. A lot of the universities now within this region are offering game development and game design programs. I think that taking on that route and looking for maybe even an internship just to find your feet, whether that be within testing or an initial art phase, and then ultimately growing your career through that direction.
John, let's dig a bit deeper on the government side. I'm curious, what initiatives are you seeing that you get excited about from a job creation perspective or from a talent upskilling perspective?
I think when you look at, if we look at Dubai and Abu Dhabi from initial point, you've got the DMCC sort of gaming ecosystem. What they're offering there is so much support, training, guidance to be able to bring companies in. I think that's a great initiative. Abu Dhabi Gaming, and I believe they have a partnership with Unity, which supports any studios that come in and be a part of that sort of that hub down there. And then obviously the Future Foundation and everything they're doing around the gaming visa, which is such a huge thing for this region, for individuals to come out and be able to sort of obtain themselves a multi-year visa and sponsorship so that they can set themselves up as an independent studio or an indie developer or go into the direction that they want to move in with it. I think those initiatives within this region have been huge to see what they need to do in order to hit those milestones. When we look at sort of Saudi and you've got the PIF and the investment they've made into what's now Steer Studios and the Savvy Group, the acquisitions of Scopely, it shows a real intent of what the region wants to be. And I think that there's a lot of talent from the conversations I'm having that are starting to see that this region is taking it serious. And when they're taking it serious, and it is a relatively untapped market from a gaming perspective, it's starting to draw interest that probably wasn't there several years ago.
I'm curious, do you think it's getting easier then to bring talent from outside here?
From my experience, the last 2 years, 3 years, we've seen an uptick in potential interest, stuff that wasn't there a couple of years ago. People being very unsure or unaware or hesitant to what this region was doing within a gaming space. I think with the events that they've done, the sort of the game expos and bringing sort of attention to what this region is aiming to do and how they're going about it has done nothing but improve sort of awareness from a global scale.
وبهذا كان معنا جون ريتشاردسون وهو مؤسس مشارك في Discovered وLevel Up.